Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the alien role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The scenario is called Chariots of the Gods. It was written by Andrew E.C. Gaska, and it's available from Free League Publishing. Our game mother is Tyler Hudak, and this is episode 5. Our recap will be given by Kent Blue as the synth Herb Coleman, or Lucas. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Kent?
Thank you, Tom. Log recording 08102183. Let's all about bionational synthetic life form Lucas, official designation LB-081005. My covert insertion as a crew member of the USCSS Montero has been a success. As expected, I was able to maintain my cover as cargo loader Herb Coleman, with none of the crew questioning my arrival on the ship months ago. It goes without saying that none of the Montero crew or their corporate overlords at Weyland-Yutani suspected my true nature as a synthetic life form. Humans prove once again they are dreadfully ignorant. By sheer luck, though more likely careful planning by Weyland-Yutani, we intercepted a distress beacon from the long-missing USCSS Cronus and redirected our course on the threat of forfeiture of profits to investigate. Shortly upon arrival on the near-dead vessel, it became clear to me its crew had come in contact with xenomorphic life forms similar to those LaSalle Bionational has been experimenting with. I made numerous attempts to investigate what happened to the Cronus, but to his credit, Captain Augustine would not allow any member of his crew to investigate the ship on their own. While making repairs to the air scrubbers, Dr. Powell and I were attacked by a xenomorphic life form. It slashed me across the chest with its razor-sharp tail. Unfortunately, this inconvenience exposed me to Dr. Powell. Fortunately for me, though, but not for the doctor, the creature turned its attention to him and dragged him into the air shaft. Finally allowed the opportunity to rid myself of a companion, I closed the air shaft door and left the doctor to his fate before making my way deeper into the ship to finally find the answer of what happened to the Cronus. Through their own ignorance, the crew of the Montero left their comm channels open, so I was able to move about the ship and stay aware of their whereabouts and intentions. It seems the Weyland-Yutani company man Harker was forced to defend himself against the surviving colonial marine of the Cronus's crew. The captain and the other members of the Cronus, Johns and Clayton, rushed to help Harker, though it seems Montero's pilot, Landry, was not with them. I'm curious with how and why the pilot was allowed to go off on their own. Somehow, Dr. Powell was able to escape the creature and alerted everyone that I was in fact a synthetic life form. Luckily, this did not seem to cause much concern with the crew of the Montero, but should they find out I'm an agent of a rival corporation, that will certainly change. I made my way to the cargo office and began downloading all the information the Cronus had on the incident on LZ-17 and what happened on the ship itself. Meanwhile, Captain Augustine seemingly put an end to the infected colonial marine and was able to access the mother on Kronos. Knowing how things go with Weyland-Yutani company personnel, I'd imagine Harker and Clayton probably spent their time conspiring to secret away the xenomorphic materials back to Weyland-Yutani. And during all of this, the pilot took the confusion of the situation to head off on their own again. Again, curious, but nothing for me to worry about. I was able to download all the information the Cronus crew had collected on the black substance they brought back from LZ-17, along with the approximate coordinates of where they launched the science module of the Cronus. I also took the opportunity to leave a backdoor access to integrate myself with the Cronus's mother if all else fails. Through the open comms, I heard that Landry had an encounter with the same creature that had attacked myself and Dr. Powell. Once again, the ever-capable Captain Augustine was able to intervene and the two finally put the creature down. My downloads complete, I headed for the EVE pod in the corporate suite to make my escape and return to LaSalle Bionational. Unfortunately, it seems everyone else is heading the same way.
That is where we are picking up. So to recall where everybody was, you were all in the hallway next to the corporate suite. Flynn and Ernest have come from, let's say, the north, along with Johns and Clayton directly behind them. Captain Paul and Joe are coming from the south, and Lucas or Herb, you are in the pretty close to the door of the corporate suite, and everybody kind of converges and opens the doors at the same time, seeing you there. So that is where we to recap as well. As you all enter the hallway, Mother starts to let out these warning lights go off. This kind of klaxon horn goes off, and Mother says, "Cryo chambers 1 and 3 disabled. Cryo chamber 2 damaged." Meaning on the Cronus, not the EEV.
So if I'm looking down the hallway and I see Herb, I'm going to yell out, "Herb!"
Not turn around. So Captain Augustine.
Herb, we know you're a synthetic. Are you malfunctioning?
I'm functioning perfectly well. You can actually begin calling me Lucas.
Lucas.
Look like you got a pretty good
Gash.
yeah. Everything's all sealed up.
Yeah, this is just cosmetic damage.
Why would we call you Lucas?
Because he's not Herb.
Herb was a cover.
Let's not worry about the semantics, please. We have more pressing things to think about. Lucas, nice to meet you. Can we get the hell out of here, please?
We need to find out what's going on with the cryo chambers. We've got an unfriendly running around again. Just above us.
If we're gonna get on the escape pod and get the hell off.
Well, did you see the corporate suite EEV earlier?
I'm going to switch over to Montero only.
I'm going to assume that I'm walking towards her or
Look,
Lucas.
It's 3 of us, and since don't need a cryopod, let's get the hell out of here. Cronus can worry about its own self.
It's reasonable.
I'm going to switch mine over to just Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And say, "Scents don't lie."
Well, yeah, okay.
Unless they've been programmed to lie.
Are you worried about something, Paul?
I'm worried about who the fuck is he? Is he a spy, a corporate spy?
I don't know that we have time for this right now. I don't know. I just want to get out of here.
Captain, did you still wish to repair the comm arrays on the Cronus?
That was the idea. We're trying to get the whole ship back up and running.
That is something I'm able to assist with.
We'd like to salvage the ship.
Johns yells out, "Comm arrays, are you kidding me? Do you not hear what's going on? If we don't see what's going on with the cryo chambers, none of us are getting out of here."
But what's in the cryo chambers, Johns? You
don't
tell
know,
us.
But we need to go find out. With that, he starts to take off down the hallway, running past.
Johns is right. We have unfriendlies. You know, they could sabotage the EEV months or years ago while you were all frozen.
Not being privy to any of this conversation, I'm going over to the nearest control command console to start making sure I'm running diagnostics and stuff on the escape vessel to make sure everything's in tip-top shape and all that stuff.
Go ahead and make a comtech, but -2. -2 dice.
Ooh, all right.
So it would be comtech plus the ability plus your stress die.
Got it. All right. And okay, so that's going. Oh, and then plus stress, but down 2. So, and I can't take my stress die as one of my.
As what?
I take 2 dice.
Oh yeah, no. You have to remove the ability dice first before you start removing stress die. Now,
okay. I've got 1 1, but 2 6s. The stress die was a 4.
Okay, so the 1 is not on your stress die?
The 1 is not on my stress die. So the only impactful dice are my regular dice, of which I have 2 6s and 1 1.
Okay, so you start doing what you need to do, and it's going to take a couple minutes, but you're able to do what you had planned. John's at this point, even as you go over to the console, and there's a console right in the hallway there. He's through the door. He runs past Captain Paul and Joe and just heads into that doorway. Looks like he's heading down to the junction at the end of the ship.
Cap, orders.
We got to check out we need, first of all, Ernest, can you lock this door so that nobody can get in without authorization? And then we'll go check out the cryo chambers.
If I recall correctly, my access key does not work on the Kronos. Is that right? My access key card?
It will let you get into Mother, but it won't let you
do things like block doors or
right.
Okay.
But Captain Paul, didn't you take Clayton's?
Yeah, I did, but also didn't I make Mother so that I'm the authorized name now? So can I tell Mother to lock down the room?
You can go to, it's got like an electric lock. Actually, either you or Joe, because of the card that she has, can go up to the lock and lock it.
I'll lock it down. Let's get to the cryo chamber. Let's get to the cryo chambers.
I've got a
They're not
private
very far from here.
Private com. They're upstairs, right?
Oh, they're upstairs.
Private com to Captain. Herb Lucas offered to work on the comm arrays, which involves stepping outside the vessel. I think that might be a very good idea if we get him outside.
I'm not sure that we can trust anything now. He's lied to us, which I didn't think was possible for a set, unless he's been programmed to lie to us.
It's extremely problematic that he came on board with a false name and identity and has passed as human all this time. Do you want me to just take a shot now?
I was thinking about it, but let's see if we can get him outside the ship, how that works.
Right. So Montero open comms, we can suggest that. And I'm going to follow John's fellow upstairs before he gets torn apart. He doesn't have a weapon. He's carrying a pipe.
Yeah. Herb/Lucas. How long will it take you to repair the comms array?
Once I get out there, it'll probably take around 10 hours.
It actually won't even take you that long.
Okay.
It'll probably take you maybe like 20 minutes.
Okay. 20 minutes.
Please proceed to that.
Okay. And I will turn and start heading, I guess, towards the first the closest functioning airlock that'll give me access outside.
What was that on closed communications that I could not hear?
No, you could probably hear it. I did it on.
Okay.
Well, Lucas isn't
everybody
wearing a suit, so you would have heard that.
Oh, okay. If you like, I can help. I'm very good with ComTech.
No, Doc.
If you got it. No? All right.
No. Let him do it. He can be more efficient, and he doesn't even need an evac suit. So,
Herb, the closest airlock would be the airlock on deck A.
So you're going upstairs too.
Right.
Yep, I will head up that way.
From where we are, we got to go to junction B1. It's not very fun.
Right. Ernest, and you said you were going to head down to the cryo chambers as well?
I was going to follow Jones, yeah.
Are you going the same way as Jones, or are you going to the...
It's faster if we go
B1 is, closest, I think.
Okay. So you start heading down kind of towards, he went towards B2. He went towards the back of the ship. He's not going towards B1. So,
okay. So we're going towards B1, towards the front of the ship.
Okay. So you're going the faster way. So basically you're all kind of going in the same direction. Flynn, where are you going? By this time you're done running the diagnostics.
I'll start. I'll head over to the, I guess the cryo chambers. Maybe I can try fixing repairs there or making them worthwhile if worse comes to worse as a backup plan.
All right. So you all start heading up that way. Ernest, as you start to turn around and go, Clayton kind of puts her hand on your shoulder, kind of tugs you to slow down a little bit.
Do you know what's up there doing this?
She kind of waits for. She kind of stops, acts like she's tying her shoelace, waiting for everybody to kind of continue on. Once everybody, assuming everybody heads to the junction and starts climbing up. Actually, let me ask, how fast are you all going?
We're in a rush.
Okay,
With
so
We're not
urgency.
running, but we're in a rush.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Rapid walk.
once everybody starts heading into the junction ladder to climb up to deck A, Ernest, she says to you, "Look, we don't have time for this. We've got time right now to go and get some of these urns." And he locked the door. I've got an override code. We can still get in there and go. Johns is a fool. If he wants to kill himself on the ship, that's fine. I'm not waiting for anybody else.
Yeah, he's obsessed with his captaincy. If we both disappear, they're going to be on us. Why don't you go to the science lab and grab an urn? Try not to cover yourself with that goo. And then we'll make double sure your access code works before we get short-term court-martialed by the other panicky nuts. The other thing is, if we could fix this whole ship and get it back, I think the reward would be greater than just floating in space in an escape pod with the black slime for another 50 years before somebody finds us.
Maybe, but I don't know. You distract him while we're down there. I'm going to go, and she kind of stands up, turns around, starts running down, or not running down, but she turns around and tells you, "I'm heading to the science labs to get this," and starts heading off.
See you back here soon.
Okay. The rest of you. Sorry, then are you going to continue on with the rest of them?
I am.
No, the Cronus does not have exterior weapons. You get up to junction A1, crawling up. Recall that is also where the outside, the chamber to go outside is. It's kind of, you have to go a little bit above junction 1 to get to that, but everybody's kind of goes up there and starts heading south towards the cryo chambers. Lucas, you are going to go outside?
Yes, I'm going to go outside.
Okay, so everybody has to kind of leave that area for you to do so. So as they do, they start. You start doing what you need to do to open up the inner doors. Remember, the outer doors are not functioning due to the damage from before, from the Montero and everything that had happened previously. And so that's going to take like a minute for the decompression to happen and so on. The rest of you, as you're heading down south, you get outside the door for for the junction. Start heading down, and you see that it looks like John's must not have gone to junction B2 and up that way. He went to one of these side elevators that or shafts that are there. So you kind of get down to the hallway that is lengthwise across the ship, right to where the doors to the cryo chambers are. And you notice a couple of things. You all kind of get there, all kind of together at the same time. You notice two things. First off, coming from the door to the hallway to the cryo chambers has basically been ripped off. It is lying in the hallway, and you can hear just something in the cryo chambers smashing the equipment in there. Additionally, you see John's kind of bent over on all fours in the hallway right before the doors, and he is just vomiting, or it looks like he has vomited this black bile-like substance. He was wearing a suit. All inside his suit, he has ripped off his helmet, and you could see the liquid inside of it. And he kind of looks over at you, and his face is just covered in this. And you can also see that his eyes are beet red, and the veins on his face have started to become outlined in this black as well. What do you do?
I'm
Take
going
a
to
shot.
move
Yeah, shoot
forward.
him.
Yeah, and put my gun up to his head and blow his brains out.
All right, everybody, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, 20-sided.
Yeah, remember this is the 20-sided. We will do it. Highest goes first.
10.
11.
11.
4 is Joe. 10. Who was 10? Was that you, Ernest?
10.
Oh, Captain. And Ernest, you had
11.
11. Okay. And Flynn, what did you have?
Also 11.
11. Awesome. When we get to you guys, I'll just let you decide who you want to go first. However, Johns does get to go first. He kind of slowly starts to stand up, and you can see that as he does, he's still clutching that. I think he had a pole or something, an iron bar or something like that. He stands up. His arms have started to expand in his suit as well as his legs. His eyes have these black splotches in it. And let's see, there's 4 of you. He heads directly towards Ernest. It's going to take him this turn in order to make it to you, but he is what is now called an engaged range. Unfortunately, he also he rolled a 17 for his initiative. He also rolled a 12. He gets to go twice. So what happens is, yeah, he actually just goes and he swings the thing at you, the bar at you. With that, because you have not gone yet, Ernest, you are allowed to block if you'd like. That will take away your slow action on your turn.
Is a dodge available as well?
That's basically the
My block is an attempt to not get hit with it more than it is to use my small handgun to deflect a big pipe.
Okay. So block should be a skill. So it's going to be block plus strength plus your stress.
Block will be close combat?
No, there should be one that's actually called block. Am I wrong on that? I thought there was.
I'm not.
The block on here.
Okay, then just use close combat.
Okay. Which is nothing. And I'm down to 4 stress. I relaxed somewhere. Eek. Okay, no 6s, no 1s.
Okay. You're wearing your suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and roll 2 dice for that,
Right.
for armor. Let me know if any of those.
1 6.
Awesome. So he runs up to you, kind of panting, swings the iron bar at you, hits you right in the arm. You take 1 point of damage. The suit kind of absorbs the rest, and that is all he is going to do. And this takes us to Ernest or Flynn, whichever one of you want to go first.
Chat.
Who are you referring to?
I don't have a message.
Yeah,
the handgun. Were you still able to hold on to the handgun, or did it fall?
Guess it depends on which arm he hit. I didn't take a panic stress.
Yeah, he was still able to hold on to it.
Okay, so since he's right on me and I've got the gun, I think I'll go next.
Yeah, you go for it. I was just trying to see if it fell. I want to make sure.
All right, so that's 4 agility, 1 raged combat, 4 more stress. Jeez, so many 3s and 4s. Right, so no 6s, 1 stress 1.
So go ahead and roll panic. Just roll the d6, add your current stress level.
5.
You're able to keep it together. You kind of pull up your gun. You go to shoot, and unfortunately, you just shoot too quickly. And you also, because you rolled a panic, you also empty the chamber. So if you want to, do you have any reloads for that?
This is the first time it's been emptied. So depending on what it came with.
I'll say that you have one reload. Reloading a weapon is a slow action. So you've done your slow action, which was the combat. You have a fast action where you could, try to retreat. You could, move away, anything you'd like to do.
Given that there are 2 other armed members and he's obviously in immediate danger, I'm going to try to put distance between him and myself so I don't get shot.
Okay, and so you start to back away. Flynn, what are you doing?
I'm going to do the same thing. I've got an axe. If I go in close and then the captain opens up with a shotgun, I'm going to just get killed too. So I'll keep distance with Ernest and sort of play defense with the axe with Ernest.
Okay, so you kind of back away. And then you can, get ready to block, if you need to. This takes us to Captain Paul.
Okay. Fast action, I'm going to aim, and slow action, I'm going to fire my.
All right. Aim will give you +2 to the dice. So your ranged combat plus your panic. Normally, because you're this close, you'd also get a negative modifier, but the aim, I'm not going to worry about that. So
I don't have any panic, right? I have no stress, no panic.
Yeah, I think you got rid of it all last time.
Oh my God! Oh wait, no, those are 6s. I got 2 6s and no 1s.
Yes.
All right, so you have the shotgun, right?
That's correct.
So you bring up your shotgun, level it, hits John's, or what used to be John's, right in the kind of the side of his side, and the spacesuit just goes blasting away. The noise deafens everybody. John's kind of takes a step back, looks at you, and seems to snarl. And so that will take us to Joe.
I'll also aim and shoot. Boy. That is 2 successes and a 1 on the stress die.
All right, go ahead and roll your. Do you have any stress right now?
I have 3.
Okay, so go ahead and roll panic. D6 plus the 3 stress you have.
Okay. That is 9.
9. All right. So you do. So your stress level increases by 1.
Okay.
You lift up your gun. You shoot. It hits him right in the chest. However, that did not seem to slow him down. You can see the black, reddish blood start to ooze out, but it doesn't seem to affect him. And with that, you kind of panic on that. You empty the rest of your gun, and you end up dropping it as well. This takes us back to the top. Actually, Lucas, I'll kind of do you at the end of every round. So you were planning on going outside. What are you doing?
Well, I was making it look like I was going outside, and once everybody left, turned right around, came back inside, and I'm going to head down and start heading towards the science lab. I don't know that anybody went that way, but that's where I'm going.
Okay. Kind of what pace are you going? Are you just walking, or?
A smooth synthetic jog.
Okay. All right. So I'll say it'll take you about 2 of their combat rounds to get there. So this takes us back to John's. He is not happy. Oh, dear Lord. Getting all the 6s out of the way. Joe, you were the last one who shot him, so he comes directly at you. It takes his fast action to get right in front of you, and then he goes to attack. Since we're in a new round, you may block if you'd like.
Okay. Remind me, what is the block? It's
Close combat.
Oh God. I don't think I have any other options aside from blocking, right?
Now, before you roll, remember this was going to take away your slow action on your turn as well.
Oh no. Oh. I'll take it. I'm just going to take the damage, whatever it is.
Okay. So somehow, despite the fact that he is running at you, he must misjudge where you're at, and you're able to move out of the way. And he kind of you hear the bar slam down into the floor next to you. Unfortunately, he gets to go again right away, and so he kind of lifts up and goes to hit you again. Actually, he goes to tackle you. He jumps at you, lets go of the bar, and just tries to grapple you. Go ahead and roll armor. You have the suit on, so you get 2 armor.
None. Does a 1 count there? I guess. Does it negatively impact if you roll a 1 on the armor?
No.
Okay, then no successes.
So he grabs onto you. You all see as he grabs on to Joe and slams her into the ground. You feel almost like your breath has been knocked out. You take a point of damage from this, and then that takes us to Ernest or Flynn.
I need to reload. So if you want to take a swing at him.
You're reloading. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. So while you're doing that, and if the creature is tackling and holding Joe down, I'll go up to the creature and just try to plant this thing right into it, because that's safer than a shotgun, because that would probably also get Joe. So
go ahead, roll close combat plus your panic, and add an extra regular die for the axe.
Okay, perfect. And I get to also add my strength dice too, correct?
Yes.
Thank goodness, because I am not a combat person. Okay, so come on. 6s, whole bunch of them. Hey, whoa, I got a pair of 6s, and my stress die is a 6.
All right, so you got 3 successes.
No, just 2. It's a pair of 6s. One of the 6s was the stress die. Right, so I was just so excited to see the stress die was the 6.
You've got 2 successes. The axe does 2 damage. You can have it do another point of damage, or you could have it, or if you want, really the only other one is to swap initiatives with John's.
Oh no, I'll just pile the damage on. Okay. I want to if there's 2 arms crushing Joe, then my focus will be to just sever one arm completely off, so there's no crushing grab.
Your axe goes directly into one of his shoulders. He lets out this just roar, and Joe, he's like, his face is like right above yours, and you can see the black bile just dripping, being sprayed onto your helmet. His arm that you go into, we'll say his left arm, goes limp, allowing Joe, when it gets to your turn, if you want to spend your one of your actions to get up, you should be able to. I'll need to see what type of action that is. And that takes us to Ernest. You said you were going to reload. That's your slow action. What else would you like to do? You can move. You can aim. Yeah, you can aim for next turn if you want. That'll give you a +2.
The other, this is happening in the, as you said, in the lateral hallway next to the 3 cryo chambers.
Yes.
Is there still a lot of banging and crashing in the cryo chambers?
No, that has stopped. You're not quite sure when it happened. Probably after the shotgun blast went off.
For since I will be able to aim and fire on the next turn if the thing's not down, I'm going to advance on the nearest. There are 3 in there in a row, right? So I'm going to advance on for some reason I pictured us going down what we would call the north corridor.
No, you're kind of in the east-west corridor.
For some reason I assumed from Junction 1 we went up on the map and then to the right.
Yeah, correct. So from Junction 1, you went south until you hit that east-west corridor, and that's where you're at.
So yeah, I'm gonna have a look in. Oh no, the Cryo 2 doesn't have a door into this hallway. We've got to go farther. Oh, okay. So
the door to that north-south hallway to the cryo chambers, that's the one that was ripped off. You can absolutely, head over there and look to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I need to see because I don't think that, what was causing the malfunction wasn't John's. He was downstairs and still thought it was human.
You go over. You're able to kind of get to that hallway. You look down. The doors for Cryo 1 and 2 are just completely smashed in from your vantage point. You can't really see into those very well, mostly because of the angle, although you do see, from what you can see, there's a lot of damage. Normally, Cryo 3, you would be able to see directly in. Unfortunately, in the doorway of Cryo 3 is a very large creature that is standing there, making its way up the hallway. The creature you recognize as the thing that killed Lambert. When you first came onto the Kronos. It sees you and starts to quicken its pace a little bit. That takes us to Captain Paul.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, Joe's on the ground, the thing's on top of her.
Yes.
Glenn has buried his hatchet in the thing's shoulder.
Yes.
I'm not going to fire because I'd probably hit Josephine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brace myself, and with all of my might, I am going to kick the fucking thing in the head. Hopefully with the wound in it, it'll just knock its head completely off. But I don't know. It's a combo of strength and agility, I suppose.
That's going to be a close combat. So close combat plus strength plus any panic die, which I don't think you have any.
I still don't have any panic. So 4. Oh, I got 2 6s again.
Awesome.
And no 1s.
So that actually, hold on 1 second. That is enough. You kind of lean back, wind up, and just slam your foot into the side of its head. You all hear this sickening crack as its neck just kind of goes at this angle that a neck and a head should never go at. It shudders a little bit, spews more of that black bile onto Joe's suit, and then falls directly onto her. Joe, it is now your turn.
The question is do I hurt myself in the process?
No, okay. you rolled enough successes that you are fine.
I am panic pushing and like scrambling to my feet. I'm just trying to get away from all of that.
Okay.
Probably helping you. Yeah.
So that you get up. I'll say that takes 1 action. You have another action if you want to do something.
Does it look dead? Do I know?
It looks very dead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I'm
definitely
just
looks dead.
Running for my gun and like picking it up and I just want to feel like my security blanket.
Okay. Yeah. So that'll be your other action. You grab your gun. Remember, you did empty the chamber and you had 1 reload. So it's going to take a slow action on your next turn to reload. Lucas, you're about halfway there. As you get down the hallway you're on deck B in order to do this, you're passing about the corporate suite by this point. At the end of the next round, you'll make it to the science labs. That's where you're going, correct? The science lab?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yes. All right. This takes us back to the top of the round. At this point, the creature, we're going to call it the abomination, is heading down the hallway. It sees Ernest. It gets to go first in the round. It charges at Ernest, gets up to you in right up to you and attacks. Oh geez. All right. So it is 1, 2, 3. It attempts to grab you. So it kind of reaches out with both of its hands. It's towering over you. It's at least 6 or 8 or 9 feet tall. Go ahead and roll for armor.
Now, armor took one of my damages earlier. Does that mean it's been reduced by 1?
No.
Okay. No 6s.
All right. So it grabs you, picks you up, and you can everybody else in the hallway sees this. You see Ernest kind of picked up off the ground by these 2 gigantic hands that are grabbing him, throws you into the opposite end of the hallway. So the hallway behind you, you take 2 points of damage and you fall down, or you take 2 points of damage, you drop your pistol and fall to the ground prone. So you're going to have to get up, and plus you need to make a panic roll. So go ahead and roll a d6, add your current stress.
I will also point out to you that I have 1 health remaining.
Okay.
And that's a 5 roll, so that's a 9 on my panic.
Okay. Your stress increases by 1. You not only dropped your pistol, but you kicked it away down the hallway. And of course, it's away from, it's actually, you kicked it through the legs of this thing. So it's actually, nearer to the cryo chambers than anyone else. This takes us to Ernest or Flynn, whichever one of you would like to go. It is a fast action to get up, Ernest.
And the options are 1 fast action and 1 slow, or 2 fast?
Correct. And just to remind everybody, you do have those story points. And in fact, add another story point to everyone because we are definitely in Act 3 right now, and you have all been living up to your agendas. Remember, you can always use those for an automatic success on anything.
Yeah, so my first fast action is going to be to get to my feet, and my second fast action is to run toward the front of the ship as far from this thing as I can get, because I can tell that I've got a couple of snapped ribs, and I don't know where the gun went.
Okay. Perfect. You start. Are you good? So you can go either direction. You can go towards where everybody else is, or you can go the opposite direction. There are 2 hallways that you can go in either way.
Since I was approaching from the cryo 2 side, from east, I'm going to go toward Mother on that side.
Okay. All right. So you get to the door and you make it through the door onto the other side. This takes us to Flynn.
Okay. So is the monster in between myself and Ernest? Because I'm a doctor and he's really wounded. So my goal is to just, I've seen him be really hurt and he's scattering off. I don't know where, but I'm thinking I'm no combat guy. I'm a doctor, not a Marine. So I'm going to try to just use all my actions to just rush to Ernest to help him.
All right. So
unless the monster's in between us, I'm not going to, run in front of the monster.
I think you're behind us.
Yeah. So Ernest, did you go towards them to the hallway in their direction, or the opposite direction? The hallway in the opposite direction.
So because I lagged behind with Clayton, and we all came down the passage that's upper on the map, then I was where I was closer to. So I went down that one. So they're probably on the other side of the monster from me.
Okay.
Because the monster came out of the cryo.
Right. So the monster is between.
Okay. So I am not doing that. I'm retreating to kind of cluster with Joe and the captain.
Okay. So you move back.
I'm not charging it by myself with an axe when they have guns.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. That takes us to the captain.
Okay. I've got no stress or panic. Is the abomination heading towards us?
After it threw Ernest and he got up and ran away, it definitely is looking towards you.
And can I kind of judge how fast is it moving? Is it moving as fast as one of us or faster?
Faster.
Okay. I'm going to, once again, fast action. This is my last shot. My fast action is going to be to, ready myself and aim. And I'm going to fire right as the thing comes up to me. So I'm firing right into its face.
Okay, go ahead.
Hopefully, at least it blinds the thing and it can't find us. But so let's see. What is that?
So it's range combat +2 for the aim plus your agility.
Two sixes again. No ones. That's crazy.
You level your shotgun at it. The shotgun blast goes off. Ernest, as you're going down the hallway, you can hear the deafening blast. It hits the abomination and does not seem to affect it.
Oh, fuck.
Joe?
Oh boy. I honestly, I wouldn't have been able to take it in. I would have shot as well. I have to reload, which is a slow action, but then I can shoot him, right?
No, you can shoot him on your next turn.
All right, then yes,
shooting is a slow action as well.
I understand. Okay, I'm going to reload, and if I can, just start moving back.
Okay. Yeah. All right. This takes us to it. It turns, looks at Flynn, Captain Paul, and Joe. Captain Paul, you were the one who shot it
right
with the shotgun, and it uses its first action to get right up next to you, and its second action to it goes and tries to grab you again, similarly to what it did to Ernest.
A quick question.
Yes.
Being all I did was move quickly to them, would that be a quick action, and thus I'd have my main action in reserve as like a defense to play close quarters defense for our group?
Yes. So you could either use it to block, or we can say that you were holding your action to attack it as it came in.
Yeah. As it's going after the captain, I will then follow through with like a side attack if possible.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for that.
Yeah, this is certainly not going to be spectacular because I, again, am not a combat guy.
Captain, go ahead and roll for armor.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. I will not take the camera off, but I rolled 2 more 6s. One of the 6 being my panic die.
I do not have any armor.
You've got 2 armor for the suit that you're wearing.
Oh, I thought I took my suit off, but
no, I thought you were still wearing it.
Maybe I'm still wearing it. How do I roll? It's just the 2
dice?
Just
roll 2 dice and let me know if you get any 6s.
I got a 5 and a 3.
Okay, so this is what happens. The abomination goes up, grabs Captain Paul, just like it did with Ernest, and throws you down the hallway. You take a point of damage. As you land down, your shotgun goes skittering down the hallway. You take a point of stress, and you are knocked down. Flynn, you rolled 2 successes, correct?
2 successes. And my goal was to, as it was trying to attack the captain, I would hurt it so much that it might not be as effective against the captain.
Right. So you, unfortunately, that did not happen. The axe goes into its arm, does not go into its arm as far as you think as it should have gone with as hard as you swung. You basically just gave it a deep laceration. With that, Lucas, you have made it to the med lab. As you turn down the hallway, gets to the med lab. Were you going to 1 or 2? Which one were you planning on going to?
Well, I was going towards the science lab.
Or the science lab. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. 2. Looks like I have to go through 2 to get to 1, right?
No, they're on opposite sides of the hallway. 1 was science lab 1. That was the one that was all burnt out. Science lab 2 was the one that had all the urns in it.
Yeah, I'd be going to the one that wasn't burnt out. So 2.
Okay, so you turn down the hallway, you enter, you get to Science Lab 2, look in, and Clayton is there grabbing one of the urns.
Okay. Well, I was coming here to, add this to the burnt science labs list. But seeing Clayton, I'm just going to walk up to Clayton and choke them dead.
Okay, go ahead and give me a mobility roll first.
Okay, can I use okay.
No, you can absolutely use your sword points if that's what you're going to ask.
I've got 3 of them, so I will use one now.
Do you have a rolled up newspaper?
So I'll use a story point for the mobility roll, I guess, to sneak up on them.
You sneak up behind her. She does not know that you're there. She's too busy kind of hunched over, looking, trying to figure out how she can grab one of these things without touching the black goo that's all over the floor here. Go ahead and roll a close combat roll, but you do not, you automatically get 1 success. So anything you roll on top of that is going to be, in addition to that.
Okay. That's a big roll for me. 7 dice. So I got just 1 6 on that. So
that's fine. So that's technically 2 successes. What are you doing?
So I'm going, as I sneak up behind her, I'm going to put my arm around just immediately, anything, just begin choking her and hold her and choke her till she stops moving. But while I'm doing it, I'm going to say just ignorant humans and just choke her till, she's dead.
All right, that's gonna kind of take you the round. You're just way too strong for her. She can't break. Are you kind of turning her around when you do this, or still, from behind?
Nah, I don't need to. There's nothing personal about it. She's just in my way of burning this place down. So
you absolutely hear her kind of choking. So we jump. It's going to take you to your next round to be done with that, and then you can do something else. We jump back up to everybody else. The abomination gets to go first. Flynn, unfortunately, you were standing right next to it. Hit it with the axe. It was not happy about that. It goes and it tries to grab your arm. Go ahead and roll armor for me.
I don't roll stress, correct?
No, just 2 dice.
Just my massive 2 dice, super powered armor. Oh my freaking God. This is the hottest night of dice I've ever had. 1 6. Not like it's really going to do me any good in the long run, but
that's an. Oh wait, I didn't roll enough dice.
Yeah. Sorry. But 7 points come through.
That's enough to it grabs your arm.
Oh yeah.
And you can feel its grip tighten, and it starts to pull on your arm. But your arm, your suit is just covered in the spray of whatever goo came out of it when you hit it with its axe or with the axe, and its hand slips off your arm. This takes us to Ernest. Wow. Ernest, we'll start with you. You've made it through the door. Where are you going? You're on mute.
You're muted.
Sorry. I wish I knew about Pilot Joe's magic juice because I feel rough. I'm going to visit Mother.
Okay. So you're all on deck A. It's going to take you until the next round to make it to Mother. Flynn, it's your turn now.
So basically, it's the captain, Joe, myself, and the monster all pretty much.
Well, the captain is much farther back because he was kind of thrown down the hallway.
Crap. This is just not good.
Yeah, and you're standing next to it. Joe is a little bit kind of in between both of you. You and the captain, I mean.
Oh man, this is like. And does Joe? Do I see Joe being like totally wiped out, or
Oh, she's standing. She backed away, but your focus is directly on the abomination in front of you. You can't really see her.
Okay. Well, if I think that Joe, not that I know Joe's probably going to run and leave me to die, but I'm going to hope that she doesn't. So I'll just go right back at it.
All right, go ahead.
I mean, I can't outrun the thing. So one stress. I still can't believe I just have one. So and the axe gets me one more. Okay. Well, let's see.
We're going to include your stress in it.
Yeah, including my stress. And there we go. Finally, no sixes, but no ones.
Okay. You swing at the creature. It just completely misses it. You do get, that's your slow action. You do get a fast action. You can move away if you want.
Oh yeah, I'm moving away. I don't want to. I'll try to go shoulder to shoulder with Joe.
Yeah, you are absolutely able to do. Captain, it's your turn. You're lying on the ground. The shotgun has gone skittering down the hallway.
So we'll see if you'll allow this. I've gotten up.
Okay, that's your fast
action. And I'm, Joe and I have worked together for a long time. So I indicate kind of with my gesture.
She's in front of you. She can't see you.
She's what?
She's in front of you. So if you imagine in the hallway, the abomination.
She's more in the middle, right?
Yeah, she's kind of in between you and the abomination.
Right,
looking
she's in the middle of the hallway.
Yes,
and I'm at one end. All right,
yes,
I'm indicating to her on this level. There is an opening. There's a door opening for the air shaft for the air scrubbers. I'm indicating for her to open it. And what I'm going to try to do is run up and pummel the creature so that it loses its balance and falls into the air shaft.
So I
don't think we can kill it.
I'll say that you telling her that is a free action. So you can kind of say what you want. With the hallway you're in, though, that's not where the entryway into the air scrubbers is.
I completely misunderstood where we are.
So yes, I don't know if this isn't going to work, is it? You are in the kind of east-west hallway, about 2/3 of the way down on deck A. The air scrubber shafts are in the north-south hallways. You're close to them. You can start running over to go to it. But they are like maintenance shafts that you have to crawl through in order to get to the air scrubber shaft.
No, well, I'm showing a door directly across from the cryo chamber door. You're talking about the up and down.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I turned my maps differently, so I'm not getting the left and right thing.
Oh, okay.
We're in the shaft going from one side of the ship to the other.
Yes.
Okay. I'm showing there's a door in the air shaft right there.
I don't show that on my map, but you know what? I'm fine with that. We'll say that there's. We'll say it's not a door. It's more of a maintenance shaft kind of square that you could open to go in there.
If she can open it, then I'm going to try and knock the thing off balance and make it fall in there. It'll fall all 4 floors down.
Okay.
Because I honestly don't think we can kill it.
Paul, I mean, we have comms, so I'm going to assume you just tell me this plan via comms.
Yep.
And I am running for the shaft, and I'm going to.
Okay. So
my action is get up and then grapple with the thing. As I guess I'm really going to try to do a flying kick and kick it backwards, but
okay, go ahead. That's a close combat.
Another close combat, which is 4. Come on, I've gotten so good with the 6s. Nothing.
Your story points too.
3 points.
Oh yeah, please. I'm going to use my auto success to kick it.
I think you've got 3 story points, right?
Got 2.
2. How many are you using?
You can use more than 1?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll use them both.
Okay. So that will actually give you with the armor that he rolled 1 success. So that's enough. You run up. How are you doing this? Are you running up? You're trying to like slam into him? Are you trying to like grapple him, kick him? What?
The physics, he might be very strong, but he's still standing up. If I hit him up about chest level, he's going to fall over. And I'm hoping that he falls right into the shaft and falls.
All right. So you, well, because Joe goes after you, she hasn't, started to move that way. So you do knock him off balance. So I will say that he has a -2 to his rolls until after his next turn, because he's kind of off balance at this point. But this does take us to Joe.
Yeah, I'm running for the shaft. I'm opening it up. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing.
Okay, you run, you grab the shaft. It sticks a little bit, but you're able to get it off. And this takes us to the abomination. It is going to, let's see
I guess
Kevin, you're right in front of it. Yeah. So it's definitely kind of going after you. Go ahead and roll armor for me. I am rolling at its -2 here.
I got a 1 and a 5.
It, just like with Flynn, it goes to grab your arm, but it's just off balance too much. It can't do it. And so it's not able to grab you. This takes us to Lucas. Lucas, Clayton is dead at your feet.
So I step over Clayton's body, and I mean, my goal is to I want to burn everything in here or blow it up or whatever. So if there's like gas valves or whatever, I'm going to open them, and just do what I need to set this entire room. I mean, honestly, I don't even care if I blow out the side of the ship.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a heavy machinery roll.
Okay. That's 8 dice. I'm doing the things I'm good at. But not too good because 0 successes.
All right. So you, it takes you a little bit. You're searching all around the room. Because this is a science lab, you do find a bunch of things that are like the propane that they typically use in labs to like Bunsen burners or whatever type of gas. You find a bunch of those and you start kind of turning them on, but you have not found anything yet to light it. So that'll be it'll take you we'll say one more round, and then you can make the roll again. Okay. This takes us back to the abomination. When you were standing right next, you swung at it with your axe. The captain is right next to it too.
You can see I'm trying to knock him down.
Flynn, it goes after you. It looks at you and just lets out this scream. Everybody in the hallway right there, make a panic roll as your ears just fear with this inhuman scream.
What's panicking?
It's going to be D6 plus whatever your current stress level is.
5.
Joe got a 5. Captain got a 3. And Flynn got a 7. So, Captain Paul and Joe, you've heard this before. So yeah, you're able to kind of keep it together. Once you saw its mouth kind of open wider than it should, you expected this. Flynn, however, you hear this, your hands go to your ears and you start to just twitch. Everybody can see this. So you and everybody else takes a point of stress. This takes us to Ernest. Ernest, you have, I'm sorry, no, that's wrong. No, I'm right. Ernest, we are to you. You have made it to Mother.
Yep. Insert key card.
Okay.
Hello, Mother.
It recognizes you. Hello, Ernest Harker.
To what extent are you aware of the multiple damages to your structure at this time?
She relays back. Kronos is damaged, 75 or 45% damage, and she goes through comma rays are down, and all the things that are down. Cryo chamber is down.
Is there a synthetic trying to repair comma rays to your awareness?
Negative. Ava 6, the synthetic of the Cronus, is offline.
She's been, It should be another synthetic available to your sensors. It came on board from the Montero. Are you aware of that?
Yes,
It's not working on comm arrays.
correct.
Do you know where it is currently located?
Negative.
There is also a violent mutated former crew member near the cryo chambers that's rapidly killing the crew of the Montero. Is there any way that creature can be isolated from the rest of the ship?
It kind of blips a couple seconds and then comes back negative. It then continues. Danger level to crew is within acceptable levels to meet Special Order 966.
Special Order 966. In what condition are the EEV vehicles in the corporate suite?
Corporate suite EEV vehicle is in maintenance mode. It is currently offline.
Is that because of the recent order from Captain Augustine?
Negative. She states EEV was put into maintenance mode, and she basically gives a time that was about 15 minutes ago when you were all standing in front of it, of the corporate suite.
Under whose order was that done, Mother?
You see these blips, and it says Dr. Flynn Powell.
What the fuck?
Maintenance mode will complete in 3 hours.
3 hours.
With that, let's jump to Flynn. It is your turn. You're on mute.
Sorry about that. Okay. And it's so is this so the creature has gone in or hasn't?
No, it's still standing there. It's still a little bit off balance, but it is still there.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just help push it, complete it in.
Okay,
Just
so go ahead and do a close combat roll.
Whatever I can. All fails.
You basically run. You're just going up and trying to push it.
Yeah, like try to maybe push it into the direction that the captain had. I thought that the captain had a decent idea for our immediate survival.
Yeah, it's like hitting a brick wall. Literally, you run up, you go to with all your might, you go to push it, and it is like you hit a wall. You go to a dead stop. That was your slow action. You do get a fast action. To scramble away.
Yeah. I'm just getting the hell away from it.
All right. This takes us to the captain. You're on mute.
I was saying we're just out of order. Get Josephine on her hands and knees behind the thing's legs, and I can give it a push. It would fall over. But I'll push it now, and she won't be in ready in time. Jesus.
Well, she did. Go on,
is there not a way to like plan, be strategic, and scramble together? I guess not.
Grab its legs.
You can kind of hold your action, and then you know what? I'll say that you can kind of hold your action so you can both go at the same time if you'd like.
I think we're one after the other anyway, right?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So if we just act together to kind of just push it through.
If she manages to at least block its legs so that it can't step back and balance itself, and I push against it.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Can we push it into the hole?
You can try.
Okay. I'm going to try.
Do I need to do anything, or is it really all?
Is that what you're doing? So basically, you would be using your slow action to basically go prone behind it.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. But that'll be all your actions to do that.
That's fine.
So it's a close combat for the captain. Close combat plus strength plus stress.
Wait.
I believe you used all of your story points as well.
Yeah. So I got 1/6, but it's on the stress die.
That's fine.
Doesn't matter.
It's
Still
fine.
a 6.
Yep, still a 6. As
Okay.
long as you didn't get any ones on your stress die, you
Didn't get any
are good.
ones.
You go and you go to push it back. It is what's your strength?
4.
4. So you go to push it back. You do start to have it fall. It's already off balance. It starts to fall back. Unfortunately, it does not fall into the hole. I think you would have needed some stunts for that to happen. Instead, it does trip back over, falls to the ground, kind of landing on Joe. Joe, go ahead and give me a armor roll. 2.
Oh God.
Ye gods, help us.
I'll spend a we can't push these, right?
No, you can't push those, but you can spend action points for it. Or story points. Sorry.
Points. I'll spend 1 to give myself 1 success.
Okay, so yeah, it trips over you. You're able to scramble out of the way as it falls down. It has fallen down. It uses its action to stand up and then moves towards the captain, and that's all it can do this turn. Lucas, we are to you.
Let's find something to light this place on fire.
All right, go ahead and do a heavy machinery roll.
Surely I can roll a 6 on 8 dice in 2 rows.
I hope that Robot Lucas remembers that he's right next to the reactor for the ship.
I don't give a shit. Okay, 1/6.
All right, that's enough. You find we'll say like the room has started to fill up with gas. You find something to light it. How does this all work out?
I mean, I like to think that I would step out, light it, and throw it in there.
Okay.
So maybe I blow myself up, but maybe there's a lesser chance I blow myself up.
So you stand out in the hallway. You've got something lit. You throw it in there, and there is a huge explosion. Even so, it's actually almost directly below where everybody, except for Ernest, is. You all feel the hull or the ship shake, and you hear this mammoth explosion from somewhere below you. Lucas, you don't have any natural armor that I know of, so nope. You take 6 points of damage.
That's enough.
What did that take you down to? So
I had 2 damage from the slash already.
What was your total health that you started with?
7.
So you took 2, so that takes you down to 0. Yeah. In Alien, when you reach 0, you are not dead. You are broken, and you start rolling critical rolls. So do me a favor. Roll 2 d6s because you're going to take 2 critical injuries because of that.
Okay. 6 and a 5.
All right. So the 5, some shrapnel comes out from this explosion. First, some shrapnel hits you, completely kind of eviscerating your chest area, and your mechanical internal organs go spilling out. Normally, this would not destroy you. You would still have the ability to do things, although you would be mobilized. However, there is a secondary explosion which causes the door from the med lab to just go bouncing down the hallway, hitting you, smashing you right into the hallway, and you are torn to shreds. You have had what's called a system shutdown, which is the only way to kill an android. With this, we go back up to the abomination. It has stood up. Captain Paul, it has moved right up to you. It is going to attack. go ahead and give me the your armor roll again.
6 total. 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell to the other two, run.
So it grabs your arm. You take a point of damage, and that is from it has grabbed your arm, and you have taken a critical injury called severed arm as it pulls off your arm. You must make a immediate panic roll, and Joe and Flynn, you get a point of stress.
Jeez.
And I'm sorry, once again, panic is...
roll a
6.
d6 plus your stress. This is also potentially fatal. So after you roll this, we will go through that.
And do I give you the total?
No,
Right.
just tell me if you have any. Yeah. Sorry, yes. Give me the total.
Yeah, 9.
9. So you your stress level increases by 1 more. It might not matter. You instinctively, as it grabs your arm, you go to grab it with your other arm. You somehow grab it from it. You see it. You holding your severed arm, and then you drop it to the floor. However, this is also considered a potentially fatal critical injury. So you need to make what is called a death roll. The way this works. Sorry. I don't want to screw this up like I have in the past. So go ahead and make roll for stamina. Just roll your stamina plus strength. You don't roll any stress die, or do you actually?
Do I do my stress dice?
No, you do not roll any stress die, and you cannot push this roll. So it's basically strength plus stamina. Now, before you roll, if you do not get a success, you die.
Okay, I got 2 1s, a 4, and a 5.
So the you see you're holding your other arm in your hand as this thing is standing in front of you. As the blood is just pouring out of your suit, pouring out of your arm, you start to black out. Your vision starts to fade, and you drop the arm, and then everybody sees you just slump forward.
Can I yell, run?
Yeah, it's your last action. Absolutely. Run, you fools.
Run, you fools.
Ernest, we are to you.
I've even felt the shockwave of that explosion.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. In
And
fact, as
Mother's
soon as that
got
happens,
claxons.
Mother just starts going crazy.
Yeah. Mother, can you roughly describe the damage?
Explosive decompression on deck B, med labs.
Mother, I want you to maximally seal every door between where you are located and I am, and then open up all the airlocks and vent the ship. It's the best chance of getting rid of these destructive organisms.
Affirmative. Venting of ship will take place in T-5 minutes.
Thank you, Mother.
Now, as you do,
to Montero. Oh, go ahead.
As you do that, do you remember last session where I had you make a stamina roll? And you rolled 1 success. What I didn't tell you is that it was an opposed roll, and I rolled 3 successes. As you say this, you feel from within your chest this growing pain and expansion. And you look down, and you can see from your suit, it starts to expand. Blood starts to, you can feel the blood oozing from your chest. And the last thing you see is one of the same creature that popped out of the doctor starts to crawl itself. These spines jump out of your chest. And the last thing you see is it scurrying away as you fall over in Mother's chamber, dead. This takes us back up to Lucas, the abomination. It is right there, Joe and Flynn. You just saw all of this happen. Flynn, you are the closest. Actually, no, you both are pretty much the same. So, Joe, it goes after you. It goes to grab you. Let's see here. Go ahead.
I can do a, what is it, block?
Yes, you can. You can, absolutely, if you'd like.
That is a success. I'm going to use my one final story point, and if that exceeds his threshold, I don't know if this is possible. I would like to use that as a maneuver to shove him in the air shaft. But if it doesn't exceed his, then I guess it would just be blocking.
You know what? I will let you.
Your call.
So that would have put you up to what, 2 successes?
Yes.
Yes, you can absolutely do that. It spins around because you were kind of behind it at that point. I guess you would have been in front of it. It goes, lunges for you. You're able to kind of use its momentum to kind of shove it into the shaft. What I'm going to say, though, is it starts to fall down, grabs onto it. So this hand is like hanging out of the shaft as it's hanging inside. That takes us to Flynn.
If I'm right there, which I think I am, I'm going to run over and do everything I can to. Is there like a big mechanism door to close upon it, or
no? It's one of the because it's a shaft. It's one of those grated things that you can pull on there.
So this might be the best time for the axe then, to whatever it's holding on with, to just all my might, all of my story points. Hail Mary.
Yeah, go for it. Close combat roll. I'll even give you a +2 because it's you basically just have a stationary hand that you're aiming for.
Got it. Okay, here we go. Do I have to declare my story points first, or can I roll that as a reaction?
No, you can declare them afterwards if you'd like.
Okay. Roll. And there's two 1s and no 6s.
Can ones on your stress?
Neither are on my. Oh no, that's right. I've got another stress. Oh crap! I got to roll this. Oh look, there's a success. Okay, right. So the stress die is a success, and 2 of my regular dice are 1s.
That's fine. So the success is enough. You come down right on its hand that was holding on to the shaft, and actually sever its hand from it, and you hear it go crashing down the shaft, hitting you can hear this electricity going off as it's hitting the chains inside the air shafts that are electrified, and you can hear it hit the grate at the bottom and continue down, and you hear this splash. With that, you turn around and Joe is gone. What are you doing?
No, I'm just running. I'm just running for the EEV corporate suite. Whatever the fastest way is I can get there, I'm running.
Yeah. So you, Flynn, you turn around. You see Joe standing or kind of going down the doorway towards the front of the ship. Do you follow? What do you?
Oh, I'm going to do what I initially did. Do the first command control council I can get to.
Okay.
And I will initiate next stage full diagnostics and upgrade of life support in that capsule.
So explain to me what you're trying to do. Are you trying to sabotage it more, or are you trying to turn it
exactly
on? Okay, go ahead and do a ComTech roll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, and another stress I keep forgetting. Actually, I'm running out of D6, so I'll have to. Okay, 1 success, 1 fail, and 1 success and 1. But I'll put in a story point to push that over for an additional success.
Was the 1 on your stress die?
It was not. It was a
Okay,
regular.
then you're good. So you kind of run over to a existing console. The whole ship at this point is shaking. Mother is all these klaxon horns are going off. It takes you a second or two to kind of get past all the error messages and warnings on the console coming from Mother, and but you are able to get into the EEV and cause it to basically shut down into a never-ending loop. Joe, what was your plan?
My plan was to run for the EEV and just try to go. Yeah.
So you run to the EEV. You still have your card. So you get to the corporate suite.
Yes.
You open up the corporate suite. Go in there. You use your card. Are you going to use your card to get into the EEV suite?
Yes.
You open it up and go ahead and give me a agility roll.
Just straight agility.
Agility
with the stress.
Yes. Actually, give me mobility. I'm sorry. So mobility plus agility plus stress.
Okay. Okay, that is 2 successes and 1 on the stress die.
All right, so go ahead.
Oh no, 3. Sorry, 3 successes and then 1 on the stress die.
So go ahead and roll panic.
Okay.
So D6 plus your current stress.
Yes. 7.
7. All right, so you run in to the EEV. You get in there. You immediately trip over something. You turn around and see that for whatever reason in hell, Clayton put a shrubbery in this in the EEV. You have just tripped over it. But what causes you to panic is you immediately stand up. You look around at all of there's a couple instrumental panels around it, and you can see that they have the equivalent of whatever this Mother's version of a blue screen of death. It's just going, it's kind of scrolling through all of these different lines of code, and then it basically just the equivalent of a blue screen. As this goes on, both Flynn and Joe, you hear Mother announce full venting of ship complete in T-2 minutes. With that, you can all feel the oxygen start to leave the ship. Mother starts a countdown, 50% oxygen left, 40% oxygen left. You can start to feel it get colder as you both start to pass out from the lack of oxygen. And within less than 2 minutes, Joe, you die of suffocation. Flynn, are you using your pistol?
No, I don't have a pistol.
Oh,
if
okay.
I find one, I take my helmet off and just end it.
No, unfortunately you don't. But suffocation in this is not is fairly quick. Yes.
I'm not trying to change my fate, but can I go out on an overdose instead?
Absolutely.
I hear that this ship's going to be spaced, and I'm just injecting it. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out good.
Absolutely. Joe, you've got the nap relief as well as all the other drugs that you found. You just start injecting yourself, and you die very, very happy. Flynn, you just kind of fade to unconsciousness, and soon the ship is zero gravity. If any of you were on there, you would hear Mother say 0% oxygen, venting complete. 3 months later, the USCSS Cronus is floating through space. There's a lot of damage to it if you were able to view it externally. The only thing really showing that it is there is a blinking light. When suddenly the ship is flooded with light from outside and a ship comes to view, moving to dock with the Cronus. The ship's name is the USCSS Cartagena. It is the property of Wayland Yutani. Shortly after, 3 individuals in spacesuits walk on to the ship, 2 men and a woman. They are kind of floating. They've got magnetized boots, which allow them to walk down the hallways. They walk up towards Mother, see Ernest kind of floating there, a frozen body. And the woman walks up to him, sees your name tag, and says, "This is him. He must not have survived, but it looks like something happened to it. It looks like something exploded out of him." And the man who's one of the men who's looking at some of the diagnostics of Mother says, "What? He's doing what happened?" She turns around. "I said it looked like something," and she stops as she lets out this silent scream as this smooth gray-like creature starts to unfurl itself from above. And that's where we end.
So good, Tyler.
Wow.
So good.
Very awesome.
Thank
Very
you for
awesome.
working in the shrubbery.
Wow.
That was funny.
Wow.
That was so good. So good.
Considering that I kept losing my weapons, I was disarmed, and that's kind of
We're disarmed
I know.
so many times. Yeah.
I was going to say
All right.
Flynn should have found something because Captain, fumbled like 27 weapons throughout the whole thing.
but I also took down some things. So let's see what was really going on. And we know that there were multiple betrayals.
Well, yeah. So why don't you all start and say what your agendas were? I'll kind of, Captain, you go first.
My agenda was probably the most mundane. I was concerned for your safety and all that, but this was all about making money. I wanted to keep moving up, and I was tired of the tugboat, so I wanted something better. And if I could, I talked a lot with Tyler about salvage rights, and we were using maritime salvage rights and stuff, but we would have made a buku bucks if we had managed to save any of this and bring it back. But that's all my agenda was. I was going to stay on board. If you guys had escaped on the pod, I was going to stay on board and see if I could get the place repaired. And then I would claim that you all deserted and that I get all the salvage rights.
Right. Joe?
My character is very bored and just seeks any kind of thrill. So my first act agenda was like, just do anything possible to break the monotony. And my second act was get your hands on some drugs ASAP, because I also can't relieve stress unless I take drugs. And my third act was just go out in a blaze of glory.
All right. Lucas?
So I had one for Herb at the beginning, which Herb had a sick brother at home. So it was make as much money as possible to send back home. Lucas's were pretty much find out what's going on in the Kronos, and then talk to the crew members, access ship logs was, I think, Act 2. And then Act 3 was through any means necessary, whether it be murder or suicide, don't allow Wayland Yutani to get their hands on any of the stuff on the ship.
Ernest?
Special Order 966 came in early, but it wasn't very sinister. It was just get the Montero home. The Kronos back with, the biological material inside it. So the captain and I could have gotten along perfectly well if he'd kept his arms about him.
Was there, who was behind blowing up Montero?
I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Flynn?
So I started out just wanting to survive, but also cover up my involvement with this horrendous experimentation and then development as well of the vaccine, which utilized the black goo, which was our best hope initially. But as research came in more and more, I started discovering that it was actually going to spell our doom. I did not get proof of that until a little bit later. For my concluding act, overcome with guilt and understanding that this is the worst weapon to unleash upon humanity, I sought to make sure none of this information or this infection got off of the ship and all perished in the cold depths of space.
So it was noble. Destroy it all.
After a while, once I realized all hell broke loose.
So to answer your question, the person who sabotaged the Montero was Mother on the Montero. Mother had also received Special Order 966, and the Mother's interpretation of that was basically so Special Order 966. I'll just read it to you. It says, new directive, Special Order 966, quarantine science team, direct crew to repair and return USCSS Cronus. Use of force authorized. Remove Montero from equation. Transfer crew to science vessel. Repeat, do not abandon Cronus. Bring back all xenomorphic materials, priority 1. All other priorities rescinded. The use of force authorized and remove Montero from equation is what Mother took, that once you went over to the Cronus, the Montero had to go. And so Mother basically sabotaged the reactor herself. And that's what happened. So kind of the whole story. The crew of the Cronus, again, remember they were launched like 73 years before you in 2110 to go locate samples of the black goo. It's called chemical agent A0-3959X.91-15. They were able to find it on the planetoid within the 26 Dracona system, but when they got there, they found that the black goo had basically modified or mutated all of the planets, or a lot of the planet's life forms. The crew of the Cronus brought all of those samples back. However, some were infected with the goo, and so those neomorphs, the creatures, started to basically like burst out of the crew after they had taken off. So this caused, obviously a lot of chaos. There was a mutiny on the crew and within the crew, and the science module for the Cronus, which contained a lot of this, and a number of the neomorphs, was ejected and after they took off. The Dr. Flynn and the other doctor whose name I can't remember at the moment knew that they tried to synthesize a vaccine for the goo because everybody in the crew had been infected by it. They came up with the vaccine. However, it wasn't completely effective. There was a chance that if you took it, that you would turn into the abominations. And so that's what happened to Reed, and that's what happened to Johns. Likely Flynn, I would have had you roll. Captain, when you took the vaccine, I had you roll as well, and you got more successes than I did. So the vaccine worked for you. Obviously, it didn't affect Lucas. Ernest, yours, when you were in the cafeteria and Reed was just pummeling your helmet and you were breathing the oxygen, that's when you were infected by the motes. And so that's what caused the neomorph bloodburster to be inside of you. And so after the vaccine was created, people started to turn into the abominations. And that's when basically the survivors that you found kind of hold themselves up in the cryo chambers, locked themselves in there and hoped for the best. There was actually one more abomination on the ship. It was actually outside of the ship. So if you would have gone outside to repair the engines or the comrays, you would have been attacked by it. But that's basically it. Everybody has their own agendas. You're all trying to do your own things. Just to let everybody, all the watchers and listeners know, the agendas for Act 3, I basically gave to everybody, but said do what you want to do, because you all had just created everything that your characters were doing. I think you all played it perfectly, honestly.
What's
probably? Oh, go on. Sorry.
What's Ava's story?
Oh, Ava. Yeah. So Ava was the synthetic from the Cronus. She was attacked by one of the abominations. And so that's why she was injured. If you would have gone through and repaired her, then you would have, she would have basically told you the story of what happened. And then she could also help you. The abominations and the neomorphs, and actually any xenomorphs, they get confused by synthetics once the synthetics are revealed. That's why it still attacked you when you were still Herb and you hadn't been revealed yet. But you can actually use Ava to kind of help you distract the abominations or the neomorphs when they're attacking you or when you're finding them.
So is there a way to survive? Is it only because Dr. Flynn screwed up the computers that we got stuck?
Yeah, and just to let everybody know, he rolled that at a penalty and still got, I think you got like 2 or 3 successes in that without your setting your story points. So it was a high enough roll that I let him basically hack into it and cause that.
And it was Stuart's idea?
Yes, it was.
Always the nice
to
ones.
the end, Stu. Noble to the end.
Nice one.
That was really amazing. Thank you so much,
really
Tyler.
fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Fun.
one thing we should probably explain though is the shrubbery.
It's how she wanted to go. She wanted to go next to a shrubbery.
That's
So if you for anybody who looks at the rule book, the alien role playing rule book, there are like different armor ratings for types of cover, and I think it's like kind of an Easter egg in there that there's a shrubbery is listed in there for an armor rating of 2, and we were joking about that before the original before we started this, and I promised that I would put it in there, a shrubbery in there. So
perfect.
That's where it came
Perfect
from.
placement.
Amazing.
Our players included David Gasaway, Holly Buto, Kent Blue, Stuart Lively, and myself with Tyler Hudak as the game mother. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the dark future and the alien role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.